On this episode of GTV, a store operated by Pittsburg State students prepares to open in downtown Pittsburgh. Plus, the community prepares for the 12th annual Fall Classic at Arrowhead. And a local winery shows you don't have to be in California to produce acclaimed wines. All that and more on GTV.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of GTV. I'm Kyle Ilaria.
And I'm Jessica Ruiz. The PSU Theater program readies for their first major production of the season.
And we'll learn about the interior design emphasis at Pittsburg State. But first, the Kansas State Board of Education reviews new federal rules. These rules, which will take effect July 1st, 2014, regulate the snacks available in vending machines and will affect several area public schools. Parents, educators, and board members have until October 28th to submit comments about the rule changes to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The regulations are designed to limit the consumption of foods with poor nutritional profiles that may compete with school lunches and other healthier foods. Concession sales at sporting events and after-school sales are exempt, but Kansas board member Carolyn Campbell voiced concerns about how the regulations would affect fundraising events such as bake sales. Any changes would not impact Pittsburg State University, but would affect any local area schools that participate in the National School Lunch Program.
City officials have been informed the project to build a Goodwill store on North Broadway has been put on hold. Much of the work has already been completed, and construction crew members have said that the building is now finished pending a few minor interior touches. The over 7,000 square foot building costs $760,000 and will accept donated items for resale. The new store replaces a dilapidated structure previously located on the site.
3 people were taken into custody after Pittsburgh police served a search warrant early Thursday at a Pittsburgh residence. Andrew and Audrey Haban were charged with multiple counts of drug-related offenses after being arrested at their home. The search uncovers substances believed to be methamphetamine and marijuana, along with additional drug paraphernalia.
Thursday, October 24th marks the opening night for the year's first featured production by the Pittsburg State Theater program. GTV's Marcus Nelson has more.
The PSU Theater, under the direction of Gil Cooper, presents the Dinosaur Musical. Critics have raved the production. It's not like anything else you've ever seen, says the Kansas City Star. Talking Broadway says the Dinosaur Musical is a rare treat. Premiering in Pittsburgh's own Memorial Auditorium Thursday, October 24th at 8 p.m., with following shows 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Performer Jacob Hacker tells us about his role in the production, as well as a quick synopsis over the musical.
I play the character of King Marcus, as well as Dave, the security guard who follows Quincy around. It takes place in a land before time, and the dinosaurs have a treaty of meat where they can't eat each other, and the king dies, and the treaty is no longer intact. And then my son, King Quincy, who's actually like this tall, he says, go out and eat some meat. And so that kind of causes a rift throughout the dinosaur community, and then the play is about bringing peace back to the dinosaur world.
Featuring a cast of 18 performers, the Dinosaur Musical is funny and smart, according to director Gil Cooper. Musical comedy for dinosaurs of all ages.
I am Reginald's 12 going on 13-year-old daughter. Favorite scene is probably when there's a huge turning point, and the main character has to make a huge decision, and it kind of depends a little bit on me, and my character Eleanor steps in. You two know each other. To find out more, but it's really exciting.
My favorite part is probably the fight scene. There's a part where a bunch of other T-Rexes come to beat me up because I am the leader of the resistance and they want to take me out. And I just whip out some dino kung fu and defeat them all.
The performers and production staff have worked night and day preparing for opening night next Thursday, the 24th at 8 p.m. Jacob Hacker encourages everyone to see the musical.
Definitely come see it. It's a lot of fun. It's based around for children, but the biggest thing is it's really fun and it's just enjoyable for everyone.
Tickets are available at the PSU ticket office. Admission is free for all PSU students, faculty, and staff with valid ID. You may also acquire tickets at the door approximately 30 minutes before each performance. For GTV, I'm Marcus Nelson.
PSU's Pit Pal program hosted their annual Fall Fiesta in Guerrilla Village on Tuesday. The event brought together a number of American and international students. The weather was perfect for the many activities slated for the afternoon of fun and camaraderie. American students introduced their international partners to a variety of local fall customs, such as carving jack-o'-lanterns. The organization served hot dogs roasted over an open fire, along with a number of side items. The event was one that coordinator Brenda Hawkins says helped foster a better sense of interconnectedness amongst local and international students.
Great time to show our culture to other students from other countries, I think. And so it's a lot of fun to come and do pumpkin carving. It's fun to go and see what happens when we start dressing up for Halloween and some of the things that go with that. And so that's what tonight's all about. It's just about international students and Americans coming together and getting to share a little bit of our culture with them.
County and 9 other cities will share $2.1 million in grants to help them build housing for low-income families. The Kansas Housing Resources Corporation is providing the grants to help extend city streets, sewers, and water systems. Cities impacted in southeast Kansas include Parsons and Humboldt. The goal of the grant is to help the development of single-family dwellings, rental properties, and infrastructure in communities with less than 60,000 residents. Coming up next, we'll take you around the town and tell you about a new store operated by Pittsburg State students that is opening soon.
And a folk music reunion hits Fort Scott. Keep it right here.
Hey gorillas, did you know that one study shows that 13% of Americans are vegetarian or vegan? That's right, we know you're out there. VeggieRillas is a new student organization dedicated to educating students, faculty, and the community the benefits of a vegetarian and vegan lifestyle.
You're probably thinking, really? Vegetarians? Aren't they crazy? Well, some of us do fit the stereotype.
I'm a vegan because I love trees.
But don't be fooled, not everyone falls into that category.
So, this one time, someone dared me to be a vegan. I just never quit.
Whether you care for the environment, your health, or animal rights, or want to volunteer and socialize with new people, join VeggieRillas. We're open to all students and faculty, vegetarian or not, and are always accepting new members.
Meetings are held at the Oval or Student Center every Thursday at 4 p.m.
The Office of Student Diversity has a mission: to build student relationships, to provide an environment welcome to all cultures here at PSU. The Office of Student Diversity provides seminars, diversity workshops, and support for student organizations, BSA, Hispanics Up Today, and NASA. Come hang out with us. The Office of Student Diversity hopes to be your home away from home. Located in 203 Horace Mann.
Welcome back. This week marks the 2013 matchup between the Gorillas and the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State. This will be the 12th and final contest held in Arrowhead Stadium. As a result of the MIAA expanding to 14 teams, a new opponent rotation will start in 2014. Northwest and Pitt State will not face one another in regular season play in either the 2014 or 2015 seasons. These two Division II rivals have combined to win or share the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletics Association title in 21 of the last 24 seasons, dating back to 1989. The Fall Classic will be played at Arrowhead Stadium at 3 o'clock Saturday. This is your opportunity to show some support for the Gorillas and also have a chance to experience what it's like to be in a professional football stadium. Tickets may be purchased online at pittstategorillas.com or by visiting the PSU ticket office in room 137 of the Garfield Weed Building.
British trombonist Jonathan Warburton will perform a free guest recital at 7:30 p.m. on Monday, October 21st. This event will take place in the Sharon K. Dean Recital Hall in Pittsburg State University's McRae Hall. Warburton is one of England's most versatile and busiest bass trombonists. Having graduated with the honors degree and the UCE Birmingham's Conservatoire of Music, Warburton has gone to perform at the British Trombone Society, the International Trombone Festival, and throughout the world. As a major figure in the bass trombone world, Warburton has commissioned numerous works and has a number of selections written specifically for him. Warburton is also a composer, and his works have been published by Warwick Music of England. His CD, Moving On, is available from Warwick Music.
The Fort Scott community held an event that provided old-fashioned food, fun, and fellowship in travelers journeyed from far and wide to meet at a folk jam reunion on Saturday, October 11th. The event, hosted by Daniel Kerr of rural Fort Scott, served as a gathering for family, friends, and musicians from across the United States. Festivities included games for children and adults, as well as a hog roast dinner. Participants then retired to a full-size teepee where they listened to music performed by both local artists and national performers. The folk jam presented an array of talent, even drawing members of notable folk Irish band, the Stillwater Hobos.
The second annual Wipeout Domestic Violence Toilet Paper Drive and Contest will be held during the month of October. Students for Violence Prevention, in collaboration with Campus Christians, will be hosting the event. The group will be collecting items to be donated to the Safe House Crisis Center Shelter, a local nonprofit agency that helps victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. Toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, and trash bags are items that can be donated. Each item donated is worth points, and prizes will be awarded to one group and one individual who accumulates the most points. The drop-off table will be located at the glass point of the Overman Student Center on Wednesday, October 23rd, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and Friday, October 25th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
A PSU student-based group prepares to open a new store with an innovative style in downtown Pittsburgh. GTV's Maggie Votes has more.
Downtown Pittsburgh offers an array of storefronts and specialty shops to city residents. However, PSU's Enactus student group is currently preparing to introduce a new type of store to the Pittsburgh shopper. The upcoming store, called Crimson Culture, will display unique and handcrafted items from both local and international artists.
Crimson Culture we're going to partner with 10,000 Villages, which is an organization. It's a nonprofit private organization that works with particularly women in third world countries, and they bring their products that they make and they bring it to America. Also be trying to showcase some items from local artists as well. I've been talking with the art department, and we're hoping to be able to partner with some of the students so that they can have an opportunity to try selling some of their artwork as well.
With help from group members and local volunteers, Enactus is currently readying the rented shop building located at 111 West 4th Street for its test opening.
Right now it's like a festival sale, so it'll be open for about a 3-month period, and then we are going to look at what sells well, what didn't, and that is how we are gauging of what we need to eventually order so that we know what sells around here, because some things might sell well here and not somewhere else. So this is kind of our test run.
The group does hold hopes for the store's long-term future as a cultural center.
Eventually we'd like the store to be kind of more of a hangout, but that's more of in the future plans. We'd like it to be like a cultural place where you can go and look at the artists and also buy stuff, while also kind of being a hangout a bit as well. But that's kind of our future plans. But for now, we also would like it to be for the international students too.
For GTV, I'm Maggie Votes.
Yeah.
Crimson Culture prepares to open its doors on November 14th, and Enactus eagerly awaits the store's downtown introduction and anticipates a positive response from the Pittsburgh community.
Up ahead on GTV, we visit the Keltoy Winery near Asbury, Missouri.
And in sports, the Gorilla women's basketball team gears up for the start of their season.
Looking for locally grown food? How about some home-baked goodies? Want to try some new recipes with some fresh herbs? Then the Farmers Market of Pittsburgh, Kansas is here for you. The crops are fresh, the prices are fair, and the locals are as friendly as ever. The market is open from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesdays and from 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays. So why not come on down and help support your community?
Welcome back. The Pittsburgh State University Campus Oval hosted a mini health fair on Wednesday, October 16th. Various companies and organizations were on hand to promote a healthy and active lifestyle. The Pitt State Nursing Department, Bryan Student Health Center, and Gorillas in Your Midst all represented the university in the Oval. Activities included giveaways and games such as volleyball and disc golf for students to enjoy.
When people think about southeast Kansas and southwest Missouri, world-class wine doesn't immediately come to mind. But as GTV's Brianna Washington explains, Asbury's Keltoy Winery is trying to put the region on the viticulture map.
Outside of Pittsburgh lies one of many of the city's hidden treasures. The Keltoy Winery has been producing great wine ever since Irv and Leanna purchased the 43 acres. I decided to meet up with Andrew Pennington, one of the winemakers at Keltoy, to find out more about their production.
We started back in 1998 as a vineyard, and back in 2005, Irv and Leanne Langen got their bonded license and started manufacturing wine. We do everything from dry, full-bodied reds to semi-sweet whites and sweet fruits and everything in between.
The Keltoy Winery produces around 10,000 bottles a year. In that time, the winery is visited by the locals or passerbys, which can range from 5,000 to 6,000 people per year. However, some of the locals believe that the winery closes down during the winter season. Andrew Pennington helped to clarify this information.
The winery never closes down, constantly in production of wine. We make just a small amount of wine, but my job is to make sure after the wine has come in September and October is to get everything bottled up till next year, so I have the floor space or the barrel space to bring in next year's lot. And so harvest season comes in between August, September, and October, and that is active fermentation. So I'm bringing the grapes, fermenting the grapes, pressing them off the skins, processing them to their aging barrels. And once they've gone into aging, I only have 10 months from that point to get the last year's stock out of the way and in bottles. So I'm bottling wine, or I'm blending wine, or I'm stabilizing wine. So it's not constant fermentation, but constant processing into our production accounts, into bottles and out to different commercial accounts.
Keltoy Winery offers free cellar tours daily, and they have wine tasting for only $5. You can taste all of their wines at the bar and get a souvenir wine glass as well. Their affordable wine bottles price from $10 to $15 for their premium reds. They even offer special deals. When you buy 12 bottles, you get an extra 10% off of your purchase. The Keltoy Winery is located in Orongo, Missouri. Their hours of operation are Wednesday through Saturday from 11 to 6 and Sunday from 12 to 5. For GTV, I'm Brianna Washington.
If you'd like to contact the Keltoy Winery, visit their website or call 417-642-6190 to make an appointment.
Coming up in sports, Zach Mitchell will fill you in on the Pittsburgh State women's basketball team as they prepare for their season opener.
And the Gorilla football team fights to stay undefeated as they head to Kansas City for the Fall Classic. We're undefeated.
Good afternoon. With your GTV Sports Update, I'm Zach Mitchell. This past Saturday, both the men's and women's cross-country teams were in action. The teams traveled to Hays, Kansas to compete in the Fort Hays State Invitational Meet. For the men, Austin McGinna finished in 25th place out of 226 competitors. He finished with a time of 25 minutes, 18 seconds in the 8-kilometer race. Chris Weiss finished 33rd with a time of 25 minutes, 32 seconds. The team placed 8th out of 19 teams. On the women's side, Casey Epps crossed the finish line with a time of 17 minutes, 56 seconds in the 5-kilometer race, finishing 4th overall. She was one of 5 Pitt State runners who placed in the top 20. Others include Hannah DeVries, who was 8th, Alex Moyes in 12th, Paige White placed 16th, and Carlin Green in 19th place. The women's team placed 2nd overall out of 17 schools. The Pitt State cross-country team will be back in action on October 26th for the MIAA Championships. With basketball season around the corner, I got the chance to talk to the driving force behind the women's team, Coach Lane Lord.
I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I never envisioned coaching women's basketball, but I'm glad I'm here, and I love the sport. I'm a fan of the sport and wouldn't want to do anything else. Well, I think you got to surround yourself with good people, and we've been really fortunate at Pitt State have outstanding assistants. We have Amanda David. She's been with me this is her 7th year. Just a great teacher of the game, understands X's and O's. She's a good communicator.
It's fun every day. He has a great attitude and lots of energy every day. So whenever I come to the office, it's easy to have a good time and, go each day with, a lot of laughs, a lot of personal, character between each other. We're more friends, and it's not so much like a boss or coworker type of situation.
You take a little piece from each one of those coaches and you try to incorporate it into your philosophy, but I learn every day from other people. You got to be able to adjust to the personnel that you have, adapt to maybe a different style of play, and so we're going to change our style a little bit, play a little faster, and try to press more and those type of things.
It's really fun. He's a good coach, and he pushes you harder than I've been pushed before, but I like it because I know he's going to make me a better player, and he's really encouraging on and off the court. He has a lot of charisma, and he's always energetic and comes to practice in a good mood and being positive all the time, and he wants to win, and he has that mentality that we are going to win and we're always going to get better.
What separates winning from losing? And I really believe it comes down to execution, and if you're going to execute, you better have good team chemistry, and you got to have good leadership, and you got to have veteran players.
It's been great. He always pushes me to be better than what I think I am of myself, and he expects nothing less than your best, that's for sure. I think the one-on-one relationships that he has with each of us, we're more like a family. Like he has an open office policy. We're welcome to go in his office if we need anything, and it's not just like about basketball to him. He's more of a family-oriented guy.
Really, it's all about having fun. We want to educate our players. I'm a teacher, and that's what we do at practice every day. We try to teach, but really at this level and at the college level, I really believe a lot of it's motivation, and you got to find a way every day to turn your hat around and have a positive attitude, have a smile on your face. You're going to work extremely hard every day, but you also got to be a teacher of the game. You got to be a psychologist. You got to be just so many different hats that it's really fun. My goal every day is to make somebody better, and I think that's our staff's goal. We don't tear down our players or any of those kind of things. We're here to lead, and we're here to motivate and help them become better players, but also better people. And really, it's all about life, teaching them about life, and I like to have fun.
Our goals as a team are, right now, they're to get better each day, and then obviously the biggest goal is to get back to the national tournament, like we did a couple years ago, get back to the Elite Eight, hopefully win it this year. But that's a little way down the road for now. We kind of are taking it one day at a time. We know we have a very veteran group that's very experienced, but we have a high ceiling for them. We want them to do really well. So we haven't won a conference championship yet. I think that's definitely one of our goals this year, and then hopefully get to go on to the Elite Eight, win the regional, get to the Elite Eight.
Overall, we want to win the MIAA, obviously, and make a run in the national tournament as far as we can. A few years ago, they had their best year they've had in forever, and he was there, so I think he definitely can get us back there.
Definitely want to improve on the things that we struggled with last year. Coach Lord, he breaks everything down that we do need to work on and focus on every day at practice. We take a little bit of that every day to make it better for the next game and just keep adding on to that as the year goes on.
I'm glad I'm here, and I love the sport. I'm a fan of the sport and wouldn't want to do anything else.
Talented football won't just be found on the campus of Pittsburg State. Pittsburg High School was in action on statewide television last Friday night, hosting the undefeated Coffeyville Golden Tornado. The Purple Dragons routed Coffeyville 42-14, with Alex Barnes leading the way. Barnes rushed for 312 yards and 5 touchdowns. The Dragons claimed another SEK title and are undefeated after 6 games for the first time in a decade. The Purple Dragons will head into district play this Friday night against a 3-3 Blue Valley West squad. And Maryville at the Maryville Triangular 4 days later, the team will be competing in St. Joseph, Missouri against the Griffins of Missouri Western. They end their week of action at home with a match against the St. Mary Spires. This Saturday marks the 12th edition of the Fall Classic. The Pitt State Gorilla football team will be traveling to Kansas City to take on the Northwest Bearcats in the prestigious Arrowhead Stadium. This week will pit the number 2 team in the country against the number 7 in a Power Pack game. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. That's it for this week's GTV Sports Update. Coming up next, we pay a visit to the Gorilla Radio studios.
The Office of Student Diversity has a mission: to build student relationships, to provide an environment welcome to all cultures here at PSU. The Office of Student Diversity provides seminars, diversity workshops, and support for student organizations, BSA, Hispanics Up Today, and NASA. Come hang out with us. The Office of Student Diversity hopes to be your home away from home. Located in 203 Horace Mann.
Looking for locally grown food? How about some home-baked goodies? Want to try some new recipes with some fresh herbs? Then the Farmers Market of Pittsburg, Kansas is here for you. The crops are fresh, the prices are fair, and the locals are as friendly as ever. The market is open from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesdays and from 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays. So why not come on down and help support your community?
This week, we pay a visit to the Gorilla Radio studios on campus. GTV's Ryan Ash has more on the 6-year-old group.
Gorilla Radio is a student-run radio station which broadcasts programs by Pittsburg State students looking to get their hands at broadcasting. Students in Gorilla Radio work tirelessly to prepare their own radio shows each week and then telecast them to the students at Pittsburg State and people in surrounding communities.
Is a student-run radio program that we do here at Pitt. We run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 4 to midnight. And we have a variety from talk shows, country talk shows, country radio, hip-hop. You can come listen to me personally.
Gorilla Radio broadcasts on cable channel 13, a public access station which also features vintage animated shorts and television shows. Gorilla Radio students operate, utilize, and star in their own radio show, which could feature music, talk, or sports. The students can select what they want to make their show is about. DJs with music programs have the abilities to select their own music playlist and the ability to add their own voices to the shows to make their shows more unique.
Gorilla Radio is a benefit to broadcasting students in particular, but all students, in that it gives them opportunities to work at a station that may be like working at a real radio station for a couple hours a day, playing music, PSAs, liners that they make themselves. And so it gives them an experience in working with a modern radio environment. But it also provides music and entertainment to the students at campus and the community.
Through their experience at Gorilla Radio, potential broadcast students can get the opportunity to obtain experience necessary for upcoming radio careers. For GTV, I'm Ryan Ash.
Well, Jessica, I guess they didn't hear that video killed the radio star.
Oh, come on. Radio has its advantages. You could report the news in your pajamas if you wanted to, I imagine. Well, that does it for this week's edition of GTV. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Just search GTV or go to facebook.com/GTVCaps13.
Also, visit us on Twitter at caps_13. We'll be tweeting live during broadcasts all season. Have an idea for a story? Let us know. #GTV.
Stay tuned for more great programming on Caps 13 and enjoy the rest of your day.
You are watching Caps 13, PSU's only cable channel.